Everyone, and in today's video I'm going to be telling you about why I don't like going out in public wearing skirts, tank tops, short sleeve shirts, etc. Viewer discretion is advised, and I'm going to give a mention of some of the things I'm going to say that could trigger flashbacks, unwanted thoughts. So massive TW. And yeah, it all started when I was like 8 years old, maybe 7. I want to say 8. Let's say 8. And I was in the backyard by myself. Yeah, by myself. We had a fence, so it wasn't like that bad, I guess. I don't know. And I had my sister, and at the time I didn't have a little brother, but my younger sister, was inside. She was about like 7, maybe 6, and we were at my grandparents' house, and me and her were inside, and I wanted to go outside, so I was wearing this new skirt I had bought. It was like, well, I didn't buy it myself, of course, but my grandma bought it, and I was like, I really want to wear this new skirt. It was like this white flowy skirt. It went almost down to my knees, a little bit shorter. My favorite brown boots, and a white and pink unicorn shirt, and my hair was really long. It went down to about right here. It was blonde, curly, very curly, and a little wavy. And I was walking outside, and I was playing in the backyard on the slide and the trampoline, and then I got off and started walking around, getting ready to come back in, and then these two men were driving by in a gray truck, and they were driving really suspiciously slow by, and I was just like, okay. And I didn't think much of it at first, because I'm like, okay, maybe they just stop in to check their phone, stop in to make sure nobody's crossing the road. Yeah, I was only 8, so I didn't think much of it. I'm 12 now, so this was like almost 5 years ago, and I was like, okay, well, it can't be like that bad. I mean, they're just kind of stopping, right? Wrong, very wrong. They started whistling and catcalling, and they were talking about my skirt and how I looked super hot and attractive in it. I was 8 years old. What? And I got really nervous and uncomfortable, and I was just like looking at them out of the corner of my eye, and they were just like laughing and like talking about me. And they drove past, and it was 2 men that looked like they were in their 40s, early 50s at most, and they like were wearing hats, they had beards, they were wearing like flannel shirts, I think. And of course, I was very creeped out and uncomfortable, so I ran back inside and told my great-grandma everything. And then, because my parents were over at the time, we were just like doing a lot of stuff that day. It was like mid-afternoon, and I ran inside and told my great-grandma what happened. She told my grandma, and then my grandma told my dad. My dad was furious, and my mom wasn't having it, so they were like, what did they look like? And I started describing what they said, well, what I could hear, and then what they looked like. Of course, me being very, very, very creeped out, I decided it would be a good idea to keep the rest of what they said hidden. I didn't tell them everything. I didn't tell them the catcalling, the whistling, and what they were saying about how I was attractive and hot for some reason. I don't know why they said that. I kept it a secret. I didn't say those things. I didn't tell them everything. I also didn't tell them what I did, because I just stood there and watched and was scared. Cut to the chase. A few years later, 10 years old, right? Me and my parents were walking in the store. There was like this man just staring at me the whole time, like my legs. I was wearing jean shorts, just staring at them. I was like, okay, that's a little weird. And I was well aware of what happened when I was 8, because that memory is still very clear in my head to this day. I had kind of quickened my pace with my parents, because I would normally stay behind them a little bit. So I caught up with them. I was just pretending to talk to my mom, and he eventually just pushed his cart right on past and didn't look at me. But that creeped me out. And then this year, pretty recent, on the 4th of July of think last month, yeah, because it's June. It's July right now. Wait, no, it's June. It's June. So, wait, okay, it was in the 4th of July, right? Yeah. And me and my parents and my sister and my little brother were at we were at the 4th of July fireworks. I won't say where, just for privacy reasons, but we were at a park, okay? And this kid that was like in his teenage years was like just staring at me like intensely while I was reading. We were waiting for the fireworks, but they're way too early. We got there around like 4, and the fireworks didn't start until like 9 something, so we were just like, we have to wait for 5 hours. And then at the time, I was reading my book, Harry Potter. I don't have the book out right now, but I would show you. It was Harry Potter chapter 1, not chapter 1, but book 1, and I was on chapter 4 or 5, page 40 to 50 something, and I was reading that. Okay. Then, out of the blue, he started staring at me, and I was kind of looking past him because there was this guy in like this costume of some sort of president or something just walking by, and I was like intrigued. I was like, oh, can he come over here? I kind of want to get a picture. I don't have the picture. I never got the picture, sadly. Like, I wanted a picture. I didn't get the picture, sadly. But he kept staring at me, and my dad noticed, and my dad was just like making eye contact with him the whole time. And every single time my dad would make eye contact with him, he would quickly glance away. And when he would think nobody was looking, he would be looking at me. I was wearing jean shorts and shorts underneath my jean shorts. I like layering clothing. And I was wearing a short sleeve shirt, like one that went down to about right here. And I was like, I didn't really notice because I was reading my book. And he kept staring at me for like the whole time until we went back to the car to watch the fireworks. Long time, right? And literally last week, I think it was like last week or maybe 2 weeks ago, me and my grandma and my sister were at the gas station. I think the gas station, yeah. And these 2 guys from like this stand were just watching me as I was like walking past into the gas station and out. They said the first time there was only 1 guy watching, and then there were 2 guys when we came back out. And guess what? They were looking at my legs. I was wearing a skirt and a hoodie. They were looking at my legs. What the ways? And when we got back into the car, they were watching the door in the window that I got in, and I was like, this is weird, I want to get out of here. And like, it's just been so stressful to go out in public wearing shorts and a short sleeve shirt. I should be able to go outside naked and still not have people look at me like that. Of course, that's kind of over exaggerating it, but I should be able to go outside wearing shorts and a t-shirt and feel completely comfortable. But no, I'm constantly worried, looking around, make sure there's no creeps looking at me or planning something. Because yes, I was harassed multiple times, and I'm not going to say most of that because of like, I don't want to trigger anything from you guys, but I've been harassed at least once or twice. And it's not fun. It's not comfortable. It's just plain straight up disgusting. And I just want to say, there are too many predators out there, too many creeps, and too many weirdos to feel safe. Worst part is, my parents don't know half the shit that happened to me. Like, they seriously don't know almost anything that I've talked about this entire video. They don't know it. They seriously don't even know I have a channel where I talk about this shit. They don't know. It's like, what the fuck? They just don't know, and it's crazy to me because like I have had 4 different channels in the past year, and my mom found them and told me to delete every single video. I had 53 videos and 100 something subscribers. I had to make a whole new YouTube channel, a whole new account, and a whole new set of videos that they don't know about. I always keep getting caught by my 4-year-old brother who grabs my phone, he knows my password, and he just goes to YouTube and starts clicking on random stuff and ends up opening one of my videos. I normally don't post my face a lot because that's why. When I do, sometimes I have like a mask over my face or a filter or some kind of effect, but that's why I don't really post my face a lot, is because if my parents do find my account, they won't know who it is. They'll just be like, oh, it's just another random person. My parents are strict. I can't have a YouTube channel until I'm like 14. That's 2 years away. I'm breaking rules. I always break rules, and I don't even know I'm doing it half the time. I just get bored. I wanted to become like an early YouTuber because I know there's a lot of YouTubers out there that start early and end up, yeah. It's just really not okay that men should be doing this. And I just want to send my apologies. And if you believe in God, then from what I know, prayers from my God to yours, or from your God back to you. So your God loves you if you believe in God and Jesus Christ. I don't, so I don't really know what I would say to be nice about it and like, oh, your God, I'm sending prayers for you. I don't know how I would pray to your God what? Anyways, I love you, my little peeps, and just remember, stay safe out there. And I'm sorry if I triggered anything. This video will be completely unedited. So whatever confusion, whatever mishaps, something I say that's okay. English, I'm not very good at. I'm not really good at English. I normally shorten things out all the time. It's warning. English is a very bad language for me. I don't really speak English that well. I know I sound very sophisticated when I talk about, that was an accent, sorry. I sound very sophisticated when I talk in English. What was that? But that's just because I know a lot of English, but it's of course my first language. I just don't really know a lot of the words, and I don't really know how you pronounce a lot of stuff or say a lot of stuff. I speak Russian. I want to say I love you, my peeps. I hope you have a blessed day, night, afternoon, evening, morning, late night, beginning of day, or dawn. Yeah, I love you all. Bye.